you not only took the works over there, but also the Chinese small chairs, right? Everybody was sitting on the chair watching the works.
Yes. They really need the chairs because there are a lot of walking, like a really big exhibition and so many people. So they really enjoy to visit the China Pavilion, also have a good rest here.
The curator of the 2025 Architecture Biennale talked about this, Carlo Ratti. He said, in the burning world, we all need to have harness the intelligence around us. Now, as one of those works within the Biennale, how do you see you are trying to harness that with this China Pavilion?
I think the main challenge for the Biennale was to raise the issues in every country and then to also provide the solutions. So for China, we find first we want to observe our own country from many young eyes through many young architects, like what they observe and their solution. So they actually give a different topics. So as a curator, I just gather all these different thoughts, about the population, about environment, about how we look at the nature, and how we imagine the future cities. So things like this is about 9 projects and 9 different thoughts. But I think basically we want to give two messages to the world that in the future intelligence society, the focus of architecture should go beyond technology, but more focus on people. More, you should more connected to the nature environment around the people as well. And the second topic is what's a future city and architecture about how we design them. So I think our solution was we'll have a lot of bottom up strategy.
Some of the works are quite impressive and fun as well. One of those really attracted my eyes, which is bringing a piece of concrete coming from the local place in Italy and make a statement right over there to talk about so-called intelligence. Tell us more about that work and why you like it.
Yeah, that's a recycled concrete piece. Well, actually, this team from Hong Kong University, they had this research for recycle all this abandoned building, concrete building in the future. Like because we are building a lot in last decades, and then in the future, how we change them, how we update them. So those structure will, in their research, you can take them into parts and then reassemble them into a new structure. So these towers and the buildings we see now can change the use and the shape in the future. So
it looked like a very easy work, but actually it could be a very sophisticated work.
We actually found a factory in Venice. They're demolishing one concrete building right now. So they just took some parts, they borrowed some parts from the local site and then brought to the exhibition to showcase how they can assemble that.
Oh, wonderful. They can save also a lot of shipping costs from China all the way to Venice.
That's the idea. I think we're talking about the recycled material, also for the exhibition itself, not too much shapings, and the waste,
Right, right. The other work is about Dunhuang. Of course, we all know that the Dunhuang grottos has been one of the shining points of China's culture, traditional culture particularly. But actually, Dunhuang is also a birthplace of crossroads among so many different cultures. And you made one of those works shine in the China Pavilion. Tell us more about that. It's not the traditional sense Dunhuang at all.
No. But a lot of people like it, and they see that as a light installation. It's beautiful, and people taking photos. And then they discover, oh, this is something reflecting the star map in the Dunhuang paintings. And then actually, this designer, they found many different star maps in Dunhuang because that's a cross-cultural place, and the different people, they draw the star in different style.
Just a
And then
footnote, the Dunhuang was an important town on the ancient Silk Road. So one could bet all the different people coming from different parts of the Middle East and elsewhere in Asia, all coming together. And as a result, it has a collection of many cultures,
yes.
including what you call the star maps.
Yes, exactly. The star map is one of the proof that different culture, they observe the star in different way, and they representing different ways. So it's an art piece, but that's why different culture has the difference. But at the same time, these artists want to bring them all together into this abstract lighting installation.
Amazing. 9 different teams coming from different parts of China. They're very young architects. What is it like for you to work with them, and why do you think they are the perfect statements for this China pavilion? By the way, there's no bamboo, no panda. I didn't find it there.
Yeah, I think there's a stereotype that when people talk about China in the West, there's some symbolic things before. But I think the architecture and the social issues is more about how we observe today. I think through the young generation, their work, you can find that there are actually many different challenges. As a big country, it's really hard to just focus on one.
Yeah.
So I basically had to show all of them to show their inspiration from the tradition and their observation, observing the current modern urban issues and their imagination for the future. I think this is showing really real contemporary China. Then hopefully through the exhibition, many professionals from other countries, they can join the discussion. Actually, this could be also the issues for other places.
This is actually to run until November, so I'm sure a lot of people will be able to go there and take a look and think about what this exactly means and how is it likely to be reflected in their own sphere in a way. But have you found the answer? You talk about the Biennale is trying to look for questions and found the answer. What is your answer? If they can be described.
I found a lot of interesting things. I think overall, the environmental issue, the overpopulation, how we solve the conflict in between different culture. I mean, that's quite common in their national pavilions. For us, I think, for example, we discuss about the Dunhuang. I think that was also showing, people look at the nature in a very emotional way, which is, I think that's a really important part of a human life, but which is lost in the modern time when we build the tallest building and doing a lot of machine after the Industrial Revolution. We kind of don't have that sense anymore.
Yeah, you use the
So
word.
I think that's something in the future. Now we're talking about the intelligence, the future. I think that period should more focus on the human and the emotion, the spiritual part of our lives.
How people are reacting to this? Are there some takeaways after your conversations with them, after you observe them? What are they thinking while they're going through these works you selected?
I think first the visual impact was new. Like when they come, they think, oh, this lot of new things, contemporary languages, and they think this is not the China look, traditional China. But
China
then
on the New Year card. Yeah.
They will have a curiosity more, and then they will dive into the story, try to find out what's really this tradition, these values, what they really mean, and what's this related to them, to every people from other place. Then they will maybe try to understand your methodology, your understanding, your way to look at the world. And this method can be valuable to other people. They will also look back to their tradition and try to understand, these common values across different culture.
Sounds fascinating. This time, one could say you are pretty bold, quote unquote. And one could also say those who are working with you to bring this project into life in the country pavilion, China's, has been quite creative and open-minded. So how did you negotiate out and carve out and mutually educate each other for this?
This is a place for everyone to experiment. Venice Biennale is like that. I think to show your new ideas, start a conversation, and hopefully some result will come later. It's not showing off. So I think to show this new creative ideas is more important. So the result will come after when every visitor join you, and so the conversation is important. So
Right.
how we generate the conversation, I think you need to to show your thought, your creativity.
Yansong, you've been working around the world. As we talk about the Venice Biennale, there's another project going on in Europe for you, and that is also already surprised and beautifully surprised everyone. What do you think has been this learning procedure or process for you to be able to get yourself across to the others as an architect and get your culture concretely reflected in your work and well understood by the others?
Buildings are objects, but they always work with the people. People use it, and the building will stay with the community for very long time. So as an architect, what's most interesting for me is to go into other people's lives. Like when you design a building, it's a part of other people's life in different culture, different community. Right now, I'm in Rotterdam, in Holland. We're just complete a building here. It's a museum about migration. So I met a lot of migrations here, immigrants, and they really have many stories to share with me. And so now I'm thinking that the building is a part of their history, also the future. So I feel I'm through the architecture. I'm involved in many discussions about the human life, and that's
That's a great
really
learning process.
yeah, that's an experience for me. So that's why I want to take this opportunity to go everywhere, meeting people, understand their you know difficulty and desire for the future. So I want to do something as a part of this cultural scene. For me, the exhibition is not about showing off or waiting for other people to accept you. I think for me it's like a laboratory. It's for me it's like a working studio that you show in progress, and you get many more people share the similar interests, and they will comment on you and start discussion with you. Everyone will become better after this discussion, and you get some feedback after this month. You probably have some new opinion or have a better solution. So basically, we'll come back to your problem, like your observation, your challenge, and then you will have a better answer after that. So it's a working in progress thing.
I love that
I think
word.
that's worth the time and effort to do this.
Work in progress. I love that. Thank you so much, Yansong, and congratulations for the China Pavilion and all the brilliant ideas that is there and also shared by many others. Good to see you.